I'm up here today with my new plane, my wife,
hi,
a transmitter, and my awesome sunshade. Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know if the sunshade is cooler than the plane. Nah, we'll give credit to the plane. But I'm happy because we are getting to fly this brand new flat biplane, the E-flite Foresight. I don't know. Should they have just called it the TheRcSaylors biplane? The TheRcSaylors. That's it. The E-flite TheRcSaylors.
I like that way better.
I'm just gonna take a Sharpie and I like the name. I'll put it the other way in the transmitter. I'll know what it is. I'll forget Foresight, but TheRcSaylors I got. Okay, but it's a great airplane. I had a lot of fun with it, and that's why it's popping back on the channel, because it's deserving of more time on the channel and just flight, hanging out and having fun. So that's what we're gonna do. Here's the trick. Wind, no wind. And now it'll bind. Let's fly. Do you guys understand why I did that? Why I said wind, no wind? I think some of you will, but ground vehicle guys are gonna be like, what does that mean? We're just gonna have some fun with this airplane. The maiden flight was a blast, Abby.
It looks like a really fun plane.
We'll just bring it in here. So this is flying on a 3S 850. Cold sort of today, so you know, I wish the flight times were longer, but that's why you get a couple extra batteries. Just a nice little slow 3D flyer. 3D, a lot of people, hang on, I'm sorry, the wind just kind of grabbed hold of it. A lot of people when they hear 3D, they think it's the style of the plane or like the shape of the plane or something. 3D airplanes really just mean instead of flying forward, you kind of start doing stuff like this. Doing what they call like 3D maneuvers. So hovering is one, flying alpha is another style of 3D. Just doing maneuvers that you don't normally do on other planes. Kind of like what helicopters can do. Just less traditional maneuvers. It's like the maneuvering style of the plane is what makes it 3D. So it's a 3D airplane. I'm just kind of moving the sticks around. This one is very floaty. I think it's because it's a biplane, where the TheRcSaylors was like, I won't say it's sporty, or maybe it's more sporty. This one seems to have more lift and more float. I'm getting that feeling now that I've got a little opportunity of almost no wind. That was fun. Let's see if it'll do it. Oh well. I did something, not what I was wanting to do. I was aiming for a bit of an inverted flat spin, but I think I maybe needed to come in under more throttle. I just had too much aileron roll in there. Yeah, this one definitely, it feels different when you're rolling and stuff. It feels like it's catching more air, if that makes sense. It's hard to explain, but it just feels like it's hitting pockets of air while it's flying or something, as opposed to the TheRcSaylors. It definitely has a different feel, but again, I'm flying on a windy day and that's not really fair. Abby, did I hear the alarm, or was that it vibrated?
It's your beeping.
Well, no, I know. Yeah, okay, that's right. I got to turn that off too.
What is that? Like you're playing with the throttle and it beeps a little bit?
Yeah, when it gets down below 30%, this one.
Okay.
See, it kicks off. I shouldn't have done that while I was hovering. But
yeah, the transmitter, like I said in the maiden, just needs a mute switch, just like phones. Like that would make sense.
It needs a mute switch.
No, just for everybody. I hate the beeping. I hate the clicking of phones when you type text. Just turn it off.
When I'm typing.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, turn your phone on silent. I can't stand that clicking. Clickety, clickety, clickety.
Why does it have to click every time you push a letter?
It doesn't bother me, but also people question the, you know, the radio beeping alarm. What is going on? Why'd I hear that the whole flight? Well, it's cold. My battery voltage is showing low. That's why. Sorry. I can turn it off, but there's so many things to remember.
Mute switch spectrum.
Well, when you're flying, there's a lot to remember, you know? There's just a lot to remember. Did I remember my battery? Did I remember the memory card for the camera? All the batteries for the stuff, the camera gear. It gets to be a lot. And so then you just get out here, and sometimes I forget to put expo on my planes, you know? That's the kind of stuff that is like a last minute thought. Geez, we've all shown up to the airfield and forgot our flight battery or transmitter's dead or something. We've all been there. For me, guys, can you imagine? Not only do you have to remember your plane and everything to fly the plane, we have all of our camera gear too. So the odds of us forgetting something are about 3 times higher. Oh, let's also add in the factor of young children. We have a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old. Now try to remember everything. And if they're with us, my gosh, the list is an entire vacation full of, of a car full of stuff. I mean, it's hard. It's a miracle we're able to get a single video out every few guys.
It is. Whoa.
These other YouTubers that like pump the videos out as much as us.
We used to do that, remember?
No. Well, we used to do 7 days a week.
I know. Pre-kids.
That was pre-kids. Think of what we'd be doing, like 3 videos a day if we had no children. I don't know how these other YouTubers, they're slacking. They should be pumping. I call them all out by name. If they don't have young children, they should be pumping out minimum 2 videos a day.
You're so funny.
This is a fun plane to fly. I'm so glad that we got to get it out on the channel again today. You guys can probably hear my transmitter vibrating. The battery is getting a little low. What's the flight time on this, Abby?
I've been recording for 5.5 minutes.
Yeah, that's
so
not too bad considering it's
something around there.
It's a tiny battery. It's an 850. See if we can get a decent little landing. Yeah, there's good. That's, and my timer's just now hit 5 minutes because I've been like 0 throttle some, so not bad. Look at that. That's just
8
a
out of
happy,
10.
fun plane. Yeah,
8 out of 10. 8 out of 10.
Take it. We'll take that. Yeah. Okay, so that's cool and all, but let's talk about the real reason why you guys are here. The sunshade by TheRcSaylors on the transmitter. Works on the NX6 and the NX8. Someone bought one for the IX14. I didn't say it worked on that. That's okay.
I figured they were just buying it to try it.
Yes, well guess what?
Because we don't have one, so how would we know?
Right. They bought it to try it, it didn't fit, so they left me a bad review. Come on.
That's pretty poopy.
That was poopy. And I'm very clear in the listing, but it actually does work on the NX7E also.
How do you know that?
Because I have one.
Oh, okay.
It's the white one.
The white one.
You got to take the lanyard hook out, and then it slides on perfectly. So it does work on that if you take the lanyard hook off, which is very easy to do.
But according to a Roger, it does not work on the IX14.
We won't mention your last name, Roger. I think he supports the channel, but the bad review,
yeah,
that's a little
cool.
low. Someone please go buy one of these and just give me some 5-star reviews so we can push that back up. Anyway, no big deal. Oh yeah, that's not why we're here. We're here for this.
It does hurt your overall shop rating, so yeah, it is kind of a big deal. It's not cool.
I know, yeah, it's especially when they have 2 reviews. So that dropped the average pretty quick.
2.5 star now.
Yeah. Oh, I'm coming out of the gates hard on that, Abby. It makes you want to give up, honestly.
It does. It really does.
It really does. So thanks for that morale boost. That's a $15 morale just killer. So foresight. They took the erratics, they made it a biplane, they turned it blue, and you know what? I like it. That's one that's welcome in the collection, and I'm going to keep it around for a long time, I'm sure. What we'll do is have everything linked in the description box below, everything that I'm flying on, which is, you know, a convenience factor for you guys, but also for me. It helps to support our channel and our family. If you buy one of these through our link, it doesn't cost you a single extra penny, and I'll make a couple bucks off of it, just because you stopped by to watch the video, maybe you got some enjoyment, maybe you learned something while you were here. It's a really, really nice way to say thanks. And we really appreciate it, genuinely. So that's linked down there. I'm also going to encourage you guys to fly with AMA. You may have noticed I'm flying at an active runway. I just heard someone radio in that they're flying over. And that's fine and dandy. How do I know that I'm allowed to fly here? First and foremost, I have permission. I have written permission. I know the people, I'm on the board here. You know, they like that we're here for security purposes. The list goes on and on. But also, we fly by AMA's rules and guidelines to be safe We don't ever want to hinder the safety of full-scale pilots in any way, shape, or form. And often, more often than not, I find that we tend to fly more by the rules than the full-scale guys. And I know that because I also was working on my student pilot's license, but I double, triple confirm check everything with the AMA. They'll also be linked in the description box below. I want to say a massive thanks to God for blessing us with this fun, short time to share with you guys in front of the camera, this opportunity to get out here and fly the plane, and just life in general. I'm very thankful to him. Also, a massive thanks to our Patreon supporters, because we couldn't do what we do as often as we do it without your insanely awesome support. If you guys enjoyed this flight, we have a build video on the channel and a maiden flight that I would strongly encourage you check out before you decide to buy it. That video will be popping up right about now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you there.
Bye.